Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to do a new what if, which is going to be what if Naruto was an Otsutsuki and reincarnation of Hagoromo Otsutsuki's brother. This is not going to be Hamura Otsutsuki, guys. Listen, this is not going to be Hamura Otsutsuki. This is going to be a new one. So yeah, let's get into the story. Now, some background info. And also I want to just let you guys know, yesterday I did not make a video because I had a lot of work, guys. My work stress has just increased because of my school and other works. So yeah, and I'm trying to make more better ideas for my what ifs so that you guys can enjoy it. And if you have any suggestions, please give me the what if. And also, please tell me how to like make that what if. For example, there was a comment that asked me to make what if Naruto was a vampire, elf, and I don't remember, but yeah, I thought of making it, but I couldn't come up with a background story or info. So sorry, guys. But if you guys can, please post some background info. But anyways, let's get into the story. So we are going to go back all the way back to the birth of Hagoromo and Hamura Otsutsuki. Now here's what the difference is going to be. When Kaguya was giving birth, she gave birth to triplets. Hamura, Hamuromo, Hagoromo, and there was this kid who's actually an human, but not an Otsutsuki. This surprised Kaguya, but then she noticed something. She used a Byakugan check and she was completely baffled because she was like a breedstock for the Otsutsuki clan, and she gave birth to very powerful Otsutsukis. But this kid is a mixture of all of them, which is impossible. But for some plot convenience, plot armor, guys. Yeah, plot armor. Naruto has all the chakra of all the Otsuzukis, which means she has Ishiki's, like other Otsuzuki's chakra, making him a complete Otsuzuki, but with human features. This surprised her. But then the most thing that surprised and worried her was that Naruto had a time seal on him. He was sleeping. And then let's go back to the time when Hagoromo and Hamura were about to attack Kaguya. They know that they have a brother. And Kaguya does not like Naruto. I mean, she does like Naruto, but she has a bad feeling about Naruto because Naruto always gives the vibes of happiness, good, and kindness. And this is not a part of her plan because she wants to gain chakra. She tried to touch Naruto, but she can't. Naruto is in since birth is in a sphere of power that nobody can touch. Only Hamuro and Hagoromo can touch him. And during this battle, there's going to be a big difference. Hagoromo and Hamura were completely pushed back. And then when they had no hope that they can beat 10 tails, they were surprised when a small chakra hand grabbed both of them. This was from Naruto, and they gained unimaginable power. And this led them enough power to defeat the Ten Tails and seal their mother away. But then when they sealed her away, this is when they noticed something. Naruto was finally awakening, but he was killing himself. Yeah, Naruto was turning into chakra, and he turned into chakra, a pure form of chakra, and went to his reincarnation cycle. And what happens is Hagoromo and Hamura, they had to thank Naruto at the same time. They were scared then how Naruto will live, but they can still feel the kind aura from Naruto. They wanted Naruto to be live happy life forever, and so they used their chakra and gave some of their chakra to Naruto and sealed themselves inside Naruto with such a seal that if they die, they'll get reincarnated with Naruto. They won't be able to like give most of the powers. Naruto will doesn't even need it. He's stronger than all of them, both of them. But he can have a family like him, like them living inside of him. And what does here's going to be changes. when Hagoromo split all the nine bijus, 10 tails into nine bijus. And when they started to like Hagoromo, and Hagoromo, before he dies, he tells something to the nine bijus, shocking them. He says, I have a third brother. And all the bijus are like, what? But you told me you only have two brothers. One is on the moon and one is you. And you have two sons, that's it. And then, Hagoromo goes, no, that's not true. I have a third brother. And on the nine tails goes, is he evil like Kaguya? And then, mm, you know, Hagoromo goes, no, he's the kindest soul. He was a baby. He never was able to be born. He became a chakra and went away so that he can again come back to life. He will someday come back to life, and it's your job to take care of him. He gives off a very kind aura, and please be take care of him. He is more powerful than me myself. And then they're like, what? And then the sixth part says, Hagoromo goes, well, when I was beating all of you guys combined together as 10 tails, I couldn't beat you guys. My mother was just overwhelmed. And then it's his chakra that lent us some power, that made us strong enough to defeat her and seal her away forever. And all of them are like in shock. They're like, amazing. He was just a kid and was able to do that. He did not even weaken his powers and he did that. Amazing. And yeah. And everything goes the same until the fight between Madara and Hashirama. Everything again goes the same till the Nine Tails attack. But here's the thing: Hagoromo, he saw that his sons Indra and Ashura had too much, and he stepped in the cycle. He saw his brother about to reincarnate, and so he stepped in. And then he was like, "Bitch, you're not gonna go and reincarnate again." And he removed Indra and Ashura, and then he scolded them both, giving them a lecture and showed them the black Zetsu manipulating them. This made Indra, of course, mad, and Ashura was like, I told you, brother, you should have been with us. And Indra is like, you're right. And then this is when, Hagram goes, well, at least we all can live again together and protect this planet by protecting my brother. And they're like, your brother? Who? And they are like, my sage 6 well, I entered the reincarnation cycle to be sealed within him. He is my brother. His name is, I haven't given him a name yet because he never opened his eyes. He was a godly divine being. He's a pure Otsutsuki human, but with a kindness that you can't ever see. He's finally reincarnating himself. And so, yeah, guys, this is what happens. Kushna gives birth to 3 children, and this is neglected series, guys. Don't think that he's just a reincarnation of Sage of 6 bro. No, it's neglected. I don't know why, but I like to make him neglected. I saw many what if ideas, and I got this idea. So yeah, what happens is here there Kushna gives birth to 3 children. Like when before giving birth, when she had the 3 children in her stomach, here's going to be the biggest change. Menma Mito, they do not get whiskers like normally, in other what ifs. They do not get whiskers. Naruto only gets whiskers. But what happens is Naruto's soul does not develop and dies. And this is when, the soul of, our Naruto, Otsutsuki Naruto, enters Naruto. And Naruto won't get, horns or anything. He'll just get a white hair, more bluish and purplish eye, like the photo. But he'll have, whiskers. And he won't have horns. No, I'm not going to give him the eye on his forehead, make him look ugly. No. Hell no, bro. And so, yeah, Naruto will be reincarnated, and the Sage of 6 Paths will feel it, and he'll enter Naruto's mindscape. And this is when Kurama inside Kushina will feel a strange feeling. He'll feel father, father's sons, and the feeling of someone very kind. He's like, don't tell me he has reincarnated. I have to take care of him. But where is he? And he wants to break out of, the chain more, huh? So that he can, finally go and meet the skid. Now, Kushina does give the birth to the Menma Mito. And in this what if, instead of, the Hokage's wife staying there, I'm just gonna say that the Hokage wife had some disease and she died early. Yeah. This there will be, Kushina's twin sister, and she doesn't want to marry, and she is very kind soul, very kind soul. I'm gonna call her Mito. You know what? She wasn't a complete Uzumaki. I'm just gonna say that she was. So guys, I left off. Sorry guys, I just had to go for some bath and some other talks. But anyways, let's get back into the story. So Kushina is going to have a twin sister, and Kushina and her twin sister are going to be half Senju, half Uchiha. Now, who are going to be the parents? I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. Don't ask me why. Because I don't want to. Because this is just for plot convenience. I had a plot armor. Yeah, plot armor no jutsu. The ultimate jutsu. More OP than talk no jutsu. I know this is just going broken. Anyways, if you guys are watching till this video, please comment down below. And also, I'm gonna keep the pictures of the ships in the middle of the video, and like you can choose which one you like out of all of them, and I'll do it in the part 2. But honestly, you know what, from next videos onwards I'll keep on this way. But anyways, I think I chose this ship because the look and the everything suits her. So yeah, anyways, let's get back into the story. And so yeah, now when Naruto is born, Naruto is born, Kushina and Minato see Naruto has whisker marks, and they start like they gain a humongous hatred for Naruto. Yes, humongous hatred for Naruto. The reason? Simple. Because Menma and Mito do not have the whisker marks, and they think that the Ninetale is born through their son, and they think that this is the demon. Even though they are themselves keeping a demon inside of them, they don't believe it. They think Naruto is a demon, and so yeah. Now Obito comes and here he kills Kushina's sister. So what does happen is this gives them more reason to hate Naruto. For Kushina, not Minato. And yeah. Now what happens is to save Naruto, some very powerful Anbu go and they get themselves killed. This makes Minato more furious because they were the best Anbus right there. And they were killed by this guy, and it was due to Naruto, they think. And so Kushina gets her Ninetales extracted out of her, and the Ninetales attack still happens. But here, when Minato brings her to the house, when she sees Menma Mito and sees Naruto on the ground, she throws a kunai at Naruto, piercing him right through his lung. Does not kill him, and Naruto starts crying out. And like she removes it and starts kicking Naruto. They were surprised, but because Naruto did not die, but they were like, this is a real demon. His real body is destroying the village, and his another body is right here. The damn demon! You will pay for doing all of this to Kushina's sis. And so yeah, and Kushina sis is a very kind person. I'm gonna say her name is Mito. Mito Uzumaki. Mito Uzumaki was given to her because Mito sealed Ninetales inside Kushina, and Mito took the name from her, and seeing that her sister died, Kushina named her one of that child who has red hair, which is going to be a girl, Mito, in the remembrance of her, which is completely stupid because they aren't like they are not like tall like each other. The Mito of Kushna's sister is kind, whereas she's evil. And so yeah, here instead of Minato doing the Reaper Death, Minato get bitch slapped away by Ninetales. If I'm cursing, guys, sorry. I saw many people of you like to like YouTubers to curse, and I had some talk with some YouTuber. Well, he isn't too famous, but yeah, he is at least better than me with at least 5K subs. So yeah, so Minato is completely out of the fight and he's knocked out. So it was Hiruzen, and he sealed away the good half of the Ninetales inside Naruto. Just kidding, he sealed the soul inside Naruto, and some chakra also inside Naruto. So he sealed 50% of the soul and chakra, and he sealed 24% of chakra in Menma, 24% in Mito. And then he came to Kushina. He had to seal 2% inside Kushina chakra so that she can live. And I'm going to use a secret jutsu. Yeah, of course I'm not going to use it really, man. But I'm going to just say that all the chakra belongs to the soul. So all the chakra, once anyone is using it, will again return back to the soul. So yeah, Naruto from a very young age is hated. When he was a kid, he was not fed. So Naruto is going to be very thin. But due to some reasons, Naruto does not feel hungry, and instead, from the kid from the first day, he tries his best to walk, and so by the age of 4, Naruto is very muscular, but always feels hungry because he does not get food. And at the age of 3, Kushina was like very mad at Naruto because see, I'm just gonna go to that time skip to 3 years age when Naruto was 3 years old. Naruto was sleeping on the floor in the basement, which was very very cold. I'm just going to say that for plot convenience, there was one way by which they were able to make a room very very hot and very very cold, ice temperature and burning temperature, and they keep Naruto on ice and burning temperature every day, torturing him to death. So that's what they do. They keep Naruto in the ice temperature, and you know for some reason Naruto, he's adapting it to very quickly. So they are increasing it every day to very very crazy limits. If a normal human, even a normal Otsutsuki wouldn't have survived it, but Naruto was able to handle it, and not only that, he was able to adapt to it. So unintentionally, Minato and Kushina are making Naruto stronger, which of course they think that they are just beating the demon. And once now when Kushina came to Natsume, she was like, "Wake up, you demon!" And she starts, takes a whip, adds wind chakra to it, and starts beating Naruto. So Naruto starts crying, saying, "Please, mom, spare me!" And then she uses her chains, and she starts pulling Naruto's legs and hands, and she breaks them, completely makes them, out of shape. Now let's go to the age of 4. Naruto has been suffering through that, hot and cold, and every day Minato takes his flying Raijin kunais, stabs Naruto all over his body. Yeah, this is going to be hell of torture. And Minato and and Mito and who? Menma, they both beat on Naruto to a point that Naruto, is like almost dead. And I'm just gonna say that, Mito, she has wind chakra nature, and I'm just gonna say that for the plot convenience. Yeah, okay, guys. So, and Mito has, water and wind, whereas, Menma has lightning. No, he does not have lightning. He has fire and earth. Yeah, none of them got lightning. And so they keep beating Naruto, and then, Mito knows some wind jutsus, and she says wind style. And Menma does a fireball, burning Naruto very badly, scorching him. They never try to understand Naruto, and then they throw him in the village, and then the villagers beat Naruto up. And then when Naruto comes back, Kushina acts as if she doesn't even know. She's like, "Naruto, Where were you this entire time? And Naruto goes, mother, I was getting beating my village. And then he gets slapped down. And he's like, how dare you lie? And how dare you call me mother? Call me Miss Kushina. And do not lie about our precious villagers. They are the kindest people. They treat Menma and Mito as prince and princesses. Do not question them. And Naruto's like, understood. And he leaves. And then Naruto's like, but can I have food? And Miss Kushina. And then Kushina bitch slaps him up, saying that, you dare not ask for food. You do not deserve food. You demon. And she kicks Naruto away. The next day, when Naruto woke up, Kushina's like, demon, how dare you sleep this long? And she starts beating Naruto. And then Naruto's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And then she says, do not talk. And Naruto's like, stays quiet. And she's like, wait, you dare not talk to me? You're daring, mocking me by not talking to me? And then she starts beating Naruto more up. Of course, she was the one she told not to talk. And then Naruto's like, but you. And then she hits him again, saying that, I told you not to talk. And, she pulls her chakra chains and tries her best to, pull Naruto's arms and limbs away. And I'm just going to say that Naruto was beaten so badly that from kid age, that Kurama was leaking so much of his chakra into Naruto's body. And his real chakra was like flowing through Naruto's body like shit, making Naruto's bone like hella strong, muscles hella strong, and his body is physically like very good. Naruto, when from kid, his legs were completely broken by Kushina, but yet even with the broken legs and arms, he went through the pain, and his body was like god like flexible, and now she was breaking it again. This is when Menma and Mito go out for walking, and then before going, they're like, they give Naruto a very big beating when their mom is pulling him. They take belt and they start hitting Naruto very badly. Naruto has permanent scars, but thanks to Kurama, they get just healed away. And they keep beating on Naruto. And then they leave, and then this is when Menma sees this girl getting bullied. And now Menma goes, and Menma is hella weak. And Sasuke is going to be hella weak. Because he's no reincarnation of Indra. Yeah, Indra is not going to be reincarnated in this one, so is Ashra, as I told you. Our Sage of Six Paths came and bitch slapped both of them away from reincarnation cycle and just pulled them back and brought them into Naruto and started to, live a family with his brother. Sage of Six Paths living with his brother, and they are inside Naruto, who is their third brother. And then they beat Naruto to a pulp. Like, they beat him to, death, man. Naruto. And so, yeah, when Menma sees this girl getting bullied, he comes and he's like, don't you dare touch her. And like the bullies see Menma and they're like, oh my god, this is the fourth Hokage's child. Oh no, oh no. And they run away. And then like Bridal still takes, you know, I'm gonna say, this girl is none other than our beloved canon, most kind person to Naruto, which is going to be Hinata. But Hinata is going to be a little bit of prodigy here, and she's like, Neji, say all about destiny and crap, and she likes Menma here very much. And she's like, Menmakan, and she's like somewhat like annoying Sakura. Yeah, and so that's a thing. And so yeah, Naruto is going to be, his arms are going to get pulled out, and this is when Kushina. This is when Menma will take like start kissing with and start kissing like Hinata, and she's like my Byakugan princess because he knows about the Byakugan. Okay, guys, so it's like my Byakugan princess, the princess of the Hyuga clan, and he knows that Hinata is the princess of the Hyuga clan and all that trash. He's like, I'm in love with you. Will you marry me? And she's like, yeah. And then Naruto and Menma's like, well, I have a demon in my house. If you want, we can go and beat him. But anyways, let's go to my house. And she's happy, and she also thinks Naruto's a demon. Yeah, I don't know how many people want Naruhina's ship, But I do not, personally, I do not like it, man. I don't know why, but I don't like it. You got a problem with that? Please comment down below. And do not unsubscribe, guys. Please. Anyways, so Naruto is going to be, almost his arms and legs are going to get ripped. But of course, it's not going to be because plot convenience. And this is when Naruto, man, I'm gonna say the Uchiha massacre never happens. So Sasuke is still emo. And here, he is kind of like, Itachi and him does not get have that bond. He doesn't even give a crap if Sasuke dies. That's okay. I don't give a crap, and all of his family thinks the same. But his father, Sasuke acts like too cocky that his father thinks that maybe he's very powerful. Maybe he can surpass Madara Uchiha, and that's what his dream is. His dream is to become like Madara Uchiha, strong as Madara Uchiha, and he's the best friend of of Menma. And so Menma and Sasuke and Naruto are in relationship, and they want to kiss each other, and they come home and then they're like, mom, look, we found our girlfriend and boyfriend. And then she looks and she's like, oh my god, the prodigy of the Uchiha clan. Of course, Sasuke is not at all. And the prodigy of the Hyuga clan. Oh my god, you guys are so lucky. You guys will become a perfect couples. You both, all of you are prodigies. The next heir is going to be very powerful. And then all of them smirk. And then they see Naruto. And Sasuke goes and he starts, takes out his belt and he starts beating Naruto. So does Menma, Hinata, and Naruto. They beat him. And then they throw Naruto. The Kushina takes a chains and throws Naruto like a soccer ball. Naruto goes flying and lands in the village. And then the Kushina comes there and she's like, villagers, here's your fun time. You can do anything to him. And she drops Naruto and she's like, if you want, but just don't kill him. You want to enjoy him, don't you? And all the villagers smirk and they start beating Naruto to pulp. They beat Naruto so bad that Naruto is like completely in a bloody mess. And then all of Konoha 12 also hates Naruto. And Shikamaru comes, he does shadow position because Naruto he saw Naruto was trying to run away. And all the villagers thanks Shikamaru, and then all the Kiba comes, he's like, you demon. And then he does fang on Naruto, and then Akamaru bites Naruto, and then Naruto starts bleeding out, and like I'm gonna say Shino. He throws bugs inside Naruto and like does a lot. Naruto suffers like hell. It's like every minute is like 1,000 times suffering than if you would have watched Tokyo Ghoul, you would have saw how you got suffering, right? Yeah, it's just at that level, and it's every day, and it's just not for him, not like him, but even intense, I'm gonna say. So yeah, when he gets home, he gets beaten up, and then he gets cheered, and then he gets electrocuted, and all that. So now Naruto is on the wall, almost dead. His his heart stopped, and they don't even give a crap. They did not know that his heart stopped. They think that "Huh, he'll again wake up, and then we'll do our next level of a breathing." It was so fun to release all our frustration on this brat. And they all leave. And Naruto, they are bleeding out. Then he enters his mindscape and he sees the sage of six paths. All of Otsutsuki, like Otsutsuki's, except for Kaguya, of course, and Otsutsuki's. Only sage of six paths, sage of six paths, Hamura in the Nashura, and they explain that Naruto is his brother, and Naruto's like, then how can I become like you? And then all of them give some of their chakra to Naruto, by which Naruto unlocks his real chakra, God chakra, and they tell Naruto to train in his mindscape. And Naruto was sleeping there for 3 hours. And then Naruto comes home and then he sees like Menma, Mito, all of them ready, and they start beating Naruto like hell. They don't even care if they beat Naruto until they are completely exhausted. They add all their chakra, everything. And they do this much that now sometimes, Menma accidentally uses, Ninetales chakra and does a massive swing and beats Naruto. So does Kushina. And Kushina, without knowing to her, she thinks that she has, her Menma meter have, 50% of the chakra, and she has somehow a percent of the chakra. But she used it like hell so many times in Naruto. She pierced Naruto's shoulders and almost killed Naruto many times, by which she lost chakra, her chakra, and then you know Naruto was given to after that day he was given to Ibiki, and Ibiki used to torture Naruto, like not Ibiki, like some Anbus that are specialized for torturing, and they torture Naruto. They like use all chakra and just tie Naruto up to a chain and they start beating Naruto, and then they keep in very hot boiling water, and man, Naruto's life sucks, man, in this what if. Yeah. Then Naruto, at the age of 5, he was completely almost about to like die, but thanks to his ultimate chakra, his which is just not yet unlocked, scatter just aura. He needs a very, very, very high emotional push, and then he hears something. He hears through the wall small that somebody entered the house. This is Jiraiya, and Jiraiya comes and he's like, "Well, I went to the Toads, and they gave me the prophecy saying that the son of the child of the Red Death and the Red Death and the Yellow Flash will have a child that is way more powerful than anyone, the child of prophecy. He will be the one that will guide the world to this peace." And now the suffering made inside, you know I'm gonna say Indra boiling with anger. He hates humans like hella. He hates them. And Hagoromo, he hates to say this, but he started to build hatred for humans. He risked his entire life trying to save them all from their mother's rule, then giving every human chakra, making them powerful, and they use it for war. And now they torture a kid just because he has some whisker marks, he has white hair unlike their parents, and they beat him this badly, and this infuriates her. And so like they all of them give more of the chakra, and then this makes Naruto's seal completely start breaking up. He needs a love. If he gets it, the seal will completely break. And so yeah, and like man, like Minato and Kushina, like it must be of course Menma and Mito, but how are they so weak? They're not able to beat even a Churin. And then like Jiraiya does 1 plus 2, and then he puts the puzzles together and is like, I think it's Naruto. Naruto is the one who is causing them distraction, making them, not able to use their chakra well. And this makes them all angry, like Naruto. And Tsunade is also there. And Tsunade has, 30,000 million, yen, I'm gonna say. And like she has to pay. And then she, with Jiraiya, go into Naruto's room. And then Jiraiya does an oil. And then he uses a great fireball jutsu, burning Naruto's skin. You may guys say that this may be copyright from someone. No guys, I'm making this up myself, and I'll do many changes also. I'm taking many examples from many YouTubers and creating my own one, guys. So please don't hate me. Please have pity and mercy on me. So yeah, they beat Naruto. Jiraiya uses his fireball jutsu, and then he uses a lot of chakra, making the fire very intense. And then Tsunade uses her, Byakugo seal, which is 100 healing moves mark, gaining humongous strength, and then start punching Naruto's face, body. And then is, like, I'm gonna say what's her name? Mito comes. She does a humongous wind jutsu, very powerful, adds a lot of chakra, making the flame, The wind is like a cutting blades that are cutting out of every part, and all the flames and all are going into Naruto blood, burning him from inside too, and punching in. So Naruto is using all of her chakra and all of frustration to destroy Naruto. And Minato comes. He then, starts hitting Naruto with everything he got, using all of his Rasengans. Menma comes and he does, his fire jutsu. And then he's like, Earth style, Earth impaling jutsu. And, he creates a small earth rocks. These rocks are very sharp. And then he starts, stabbing Naruto everywhere. And Koshina, she of course takes her, chakra chains. And all of them then create clones, shadow clones, of course. And they have, belt. They start beating Naruto. And then they throw Naruto like they throw Naruto, and they go to the village saying that you guys can have your share of fun. And he calls torture Anbus, and they also start beating Naruto, and everyone start beating Naruto, and Naruto is dead right now. Yeah, and they throw him, kick him, and even his lifeless body also they kick him and then destroy it. Then Naruto enters his mindscape, he's like, "Am I dead?" And they're like, "No." But even though you needed love for the seal to break, this much trauma caused the seal to completely break. Now you're complete god of Suzuki. And in the second his entire wounds are gone. And he gets angry. I mean, he's not a god of Suzuki, guys, okay? And he gets angry on villagers. And then he teleports away from there. And then he covers his face and the identity, and then he walks and he sees. And also, just to make Naruto is very like handsome, they make Naruto look very disgusting. And Naruto's real like color, hair, and everything now is shown up. The seals on Naruto are gone, and Naruto uses so much chakra and destroys, the Ninetales cage, bringing the Ninetales free. Then Naruto goes and sees this girl. He can clearly say it's a girl who is, wearing hood, mask, covering her eyes, and they are like, "You demonic being, why don't you show your identity? Do you think you're that ugly?" And mm, now I'll tell you why they're hitting her. They're like, they see her and they smell her, and then they're like, "Wow, it's a pure girl. It's a good. We can have her." And they try to harass her, and like she doesn't agree, like she doesn't want to be their boyfriends, and they get angry and they beat her. Try to this, and they like try to harass her, and she can easily defeat them. But then Naruto comes and he's like, "Don't you dare touch her." And he's like, "You demon." And he, saves her. Like, he beats them both and he carries her in a bridal style and he takes somewhere. And now this girl thinks that Naruto's also going to use her because of, her, like, beauty when she shows him. And then he's like, "My name is Naruto Uzumaki. What's yours?" I mean, sorry, my name is not Naruto Uzumaki. I left that name. Oh, my name is Naruto. Yeah, Naruto. And she's like, "What? Why do you leave your name?" And then he explains all of his life story, and then she hugs him, saying that, "Don't worry, my name is my name is Raven Uzumaki." Just kidding, Raven Senju Uchiha. And Naruto's like, and she opens her, her like jacket and mask and removes the blindfold, and then Naruto sees an angel standing in front of her. Of course, not an angel, it's her. She's the ship. And then Naruto gets complete red. She does not notice this, and then Naruto becomes normal. Is like, "Wow, you look so gorgeous." And then she's like blushes a little bit because Naruto looks handsome like hella, and she's like, "Thanks." And people, even though many girls like see Naruto's very handsome, they do not give a crap because they think Naruto's a demon, and this handsomeness came due to the demon. And so yeah, they do not want to be with Naruto. But even though many girls blush if Naruto was there, and Hinata, of course, does not know Naruto's looks. She did not need yet know, but we don't give a crap. And then Naruto's like, "Well, how are you, Senju and Uchiha?" And she's like, "Well, I did not want you to tell anyone, but you told me with your secret that you're an Otsutsuki. So I had to tell my secret, But then she's like, but why did you tell me your secret? And Naruto's like, I don't know. I had a small feeling, a trustworthy feeling within you. And she's like, she smiles and says, well, thank you. My name is Raven, as I told you. And my father is Izumi Uchiha. And my grandfather is Izumi Uchiha. And I'm gonna say that Izumi Uchiha, who is the brother of Mother Uchiha, had a son, and this son married Hashirama's one of Hashirama has another daughter, and he married her, and Madara and Hashirama knew about, but they did not care, and she was born, and now it was like, oh wow, and then she says that, oh well, I'm living in the Leaf Village now because they are dead, and Naruto goes, I'm sorry, and Naruto and her stay, in one house, in one apartment, and from the age of 5, Naruto, like he goes to the Hokage's office, steals the scroll of sealing, and learns every jutsu. And then he comes back, and then he's like, "Do you wanna learn jutsus?" And she's like, "Yeah." And Naruto, like has unlocked his dojutsu, which is this, and he can do like almost everything. This has the ability of all dojutsus, Rinnegan ability, Byakugan ability. I don't know, give a crap. All the abilities, I'm gonna say, all Ketsuyogan, everything. It can control reality and time itself. This is the OP dojutsu. It's called OP gun. Just kidding, it's God's eye. And so, but I'll call it OP gun. It's just a little bit cool. But anyways, Naruto uses his dojutsu and teleports them to Kamui dimension, and this Kamui dimension is different from Obito's one. In this one, he can do anything. It's just like reality in this dimension is under his control. Without using much chakra, he can do it in this one. But he cannot heal persons, bring people back to life, anything of those. He can just create weapons. Sceneries can be changed, and only those. So he starts to train her, and they are like very powerful. By the time of academy, Naruto has already mastered his dojutsu and is high Kage level, and Raven is up to low Kage level, and Naruto and Raven have developed feelings for each other. And by this time, Naruto, and Raven sleep on the same bed, and just for plot convenience, I'm gonna say that one day, before the academy, of course, Naruto goes to Raven and he's like, goes to Kurama, he's like, Kurama, I want to know if Raven feels my feelings. And then he's like, okay, but how will you find out? And he's like, well, I'm gonna use your ability. And then Kurama is like, what? I've yin and yang release, and you have to. So we can maybe see if her feelings towards me. And then Kurama is like, good idea. And then Hagoromo, Hamura, Indra, and Ashura. Indra and Ashura like, good job, brother. Now you, good job. And they think him as a brother, even though he should be older than them. They think him as a brother, and they're like, good job, brother. Now make us proud, give us grandchild. And then out is completely red. He's like, what? And they're like, yeah, though you are the last Otsutsuki on this planet right now, you must give us some grandchildren. And Naruto's like, I'll think about it. And then he's a completely, complete mess. And then he's like, anyways, I wanted to ask her. He takes deep breaths in, and then he asks Kurama, and then Kurama and he do fist pump, and then he comes in Raven and he's like, Raven, and Raven is like, yeah, and not like, I wanted to tell you something, and he holds Raven's hand. Then he notices Raven is completely blushing like hell, and then he reads her mind saying, is he about to? I'm not ready for it. And of course, she's thinking that, and now to like senses her emotion is like, yes, and then is like, will you go on a date with me? Will you be my girlfriend? He says it so fast. Raven hears it and she's like complete blood, like complete red, and she's a mess, and she's like, yeah. And Naruto smiles and he goes, yeah. And Naruto is like, well, I have to change. And then he removes his shirt, and then Raven notices his six packs, and she's like, oh. And then she completely sees them, and she gets, bloody nose, and then she just collapses. And Naruto's like, Raven, are you okay? And she's not like, not at all, not at all. And Naruto's like, Raven, are you okay? And then she's like, yeah, like completely, still seeing Naruto's naked. And Naruto hugs her, and then, you know, they go on a date. They go to Ichiraka Ramen. Of course, she does not show her identity. And you may ask why. And she has Rinnegan. Naruto used this power and was able to make her gain Rinnegan. She has wood style, but she's not able to keep Naruto and get Genjutsu. But her Genjutsu is OP than even Itachi's. Itachi. She's the real prodigy of the Uchiha clan, not Itachi. And so yeah, she's very powerful and very kind as well. So sorry guys, I left back there. Anyways, they both have become boyfriend and girlfriends, and they have kissed each other. And once they became too much in it, that they started making out. I don't give a crap. This is going to be 18 plus. Yeah, they do that, and they keep sound seals. And for the next, I'm gonna say a week, I'm gonna Raven couldn't even stand up. Man, I Naruto is going to be a boss, and I'm just gonna say that how Raven lasted that long is simple. Naruto, when chooses a person, if the person is trustworthy, then she gains Naruto some powers of Naruto. That means this is just if you would have known what an alpha is, if, like there is a series, a show where if you are an alpha and you kiss a person, they get a mark, they get some of your powers. Yeah, something like that. But here she just gets the powers, no marks, and she becomes Naruto's soulmate. Yeah, and if she cheats, she loses Naruto's powers, and Naruto finds out that she cheated. But if she doesn't want it to be cheated, if she's forced to, Naruto finds out that also. So if anything bad is going to happening with her, he can understand that. So yeah, and Naruto started to train in Kenjutsu, and he Sage of Six Paths told him that you have the ability to create special swords, and he creates this, a sword of darkness. This sword is so powerful, it can control dark and life. This sword is called the sword of the internal destruction. I'm just naming it, okay, guys? And this sword is like the strongest. It's made up of such a metal that you can't break it ever. Even a truth seeker op can't do anything to it. And yeah, this is the most powerful sword, and this is the power of the Dark God Dragon. Yeah, the ultimate powers. And he makes a sword for even Raven. This is called the Red Hunt. This sword has the power to vanquish evil. I just naming them, man. And but these two have one common ability. Whenever they cut any ninjutsu based attack, they gain chakra from it. So you guys can say that this swords are OP. And yeah, and I kind of might just don't want to say this, but I like this character, and I'm gonna say that she Suki also, I mean Raven also has Mangekyo. She's the pure Uchiha, so she does not need to get EMS. I don't want her to throw away her eyes and gain some other size. No, because and she can't also because she has purple eyes. Anyways, yeah, for an Uchiha she has purple eyes, and yeah, so she has the Sharingan, and just think of a Sharingan as if you would have seen the clips, fillers. You would have seen the Uchiha who has flowered Mangekyo Sharingan. She has that, but a powerful version of it. And sorry guys for the background noises, but yeah, she has a very powerful version of the Dojutsu, and she has the flower pattern in her eyes, and she can do Amaterasu, flame control, and I'm gonna say that a flower on her head. She can release some petals, and these petals can make anyone go to sleep except for Naruto, of course. And she can keep like a very powerful Tsukiyomi. and she can like shun away too. And when she shuns away, when she vanishes, she knows these flowers. You can see gold flowers around her. They appear and then she vanishes away in gold. And for Naruto, this is going to be OP, guys. Yeah, he's gonna turn into phoenixes, like glowing flames, blue, gold phoenix, which are going to travel everywhere. And so yeah, Naruto is OP like hell, and it's amazing. Now let's go to the first day of the academy. When Naruto comes, everyone are like giving glares at him, saying that the demon, demon. And Naruto comes and sits, and then they see this beautiful angelic girl, and she comes and she sits next to Naruto. And every boy, some girls who are supposed to like boys, started liking her, like they became lesbian, and all the boys' hearts sunk. They're like an angel from the heaven. And Sasuke, who doesn't give a crap about girls, and Menma, who thinks Hinata is the beautifulest. When see Raven, they're like, oh my god, she's meant for me. And even Menma, who even though he was dating, you know, Hinata, he decided to leave her and go for her. And Raven never told that she's an Uchiha to anyone except for Naruto. And she's, a pure Uchiha, that too. And also, and Senju. And she is wearing the same dress, and everyone's seeing her beauty, and they're like, we are asking her out. We are, of course, making. She's going to be my girlfriend, and they start fighting, and then the member is like, she's going to be my girlfriend, and then even Shukama, the lazy guy, is like, no, she's blushing at me, and Neji is like, no, on me, and then Sasuke's like, oh no, it's on me, and so he goes, and he's like everyone goes to Naruto and they're like, hey, demon, get out of our place. And then he's like, no, this is my place. I came here first. Then they go to hit Naruto. Naruto bitch slaps Kiba away. And then Menma comes. Naruto just knocks, like hits Menma, and Menma bleeds out. And then Sasuke comes. Naruto hits Sasuke away. And then all of them are like, you demon. And then they're like, and Naruto goes and sits and like, he doesn't give a crap about what's happening around him. And he's talking to Raven via mind, and Raven thinks they both are a boyfriend and girlfriend. They did it, so yeah, and she thinks that I'm gonna say Indra and Ashura as brothers, and Indra and Ashura are like, Naruto, my son. Yeah, they started calling him son. They're like, you have improved. Thank you, have our successor, making you such a good breed. Uh-huh. Yeah. And Naruto's completely red. He's like, no, shut up. And then she's red and she's a bloody mess. Yeah, her nose started bleeding out. And so, yeah. And then Sasuke goes, he's like, I'll get her. There's no girl who rejects me. I'm gonna get her. And he goes, leans forward, and was about to kiss her. Like everyone was like, what? Menma was frustrated because he was about to kiss her. And Naruto and they were talking, so they did not notice, but then Naruto sensed it and then told her. And then she immediately, Naruto has, a sword back of him. And just a little bit, time skip before, like, I'm gonna say, we are gonna look into the past. Before they go to Naruto, when they went to fight Naruto, and this Menma like got bleeding nose because Naruto punched him. He's bleeding out. Then he sees Naruto's weird, cool-looking sword. He's like, "Give that to me, you demon! You don't deserve it. Give it to a rightful owner like me." And then all the girls are like, "Yeah, demon, give it to Sasuke-kun and Menma-kun. They are better with swords." And Naruto's like, "Yeah, like I would." And then he, like bitch slaps Menma away, and yeah, and even Raven has a sword. And when Sasuke was almost about to kiss her, she keeps her sword, blocks his lips, and then he points at his neck. And she's like, do you want to die? and he's completely baffled, like her beauty and her strength and that cool sword, and she's like no. And yeah, the rest of the academy goes like that, and every boy and the girl, every boy tried to make her make I'm gonna say Raven theirs, and now to acts as if he's just in the middle of the class, and Raven is in like a crazy top. Even Sasuke is like, oh my god, she's a prodigy, she's meant for me. And I'm gonna say that Hinata and I'm gonna say Mito are very jealous of her because she's so beautiful and they are not, and all the girls are too. But yeah, now the final of the academy, and I'm gonna say Naruto never shows his true powers. He just is as strong as Sasuke, and then they both get draw because he does that, or else he can just bitch slap even the Kage away like he's nothing. He's that powerful because he unlocked his dojutsu too. And so yeah, now what happens here is, after the final exam, Naruto, everyone sees that Naruto pass with the highest scores with Raven, and everyone are pissed off. And then they both are given the team of Team 7. Now in Team 7, only Raven and Naruto are going to be there, and in other teams everything is the same except there's a new team where Menma, Mito, Sasuke, and Sakura, useless, are going to be a team. And Sasuke, though he acts like he loves Mito, he actually has a gigantic. And so yeah, guys, and he has the biggest crush, and even Menma, and they think that because of her beauty and her skill and her flexibility and her kenjutsu skills, the next generation will be even more powerful. And so yeah, guys, and for Menma's team, it's going to be Kushina as the Jonin sensei, and Kakashi is going to be this Jonin sensei for for Team 7, like normal. And Naruto thinks Kakashi is trustworthy, and Naruto tells Kakashi about him being the god, very powerful than every human being on this planet. He can take back all his chakra back. He's even powerful than Kaguya. And Kakashi is completely baffled, and he tells that even Raven is now an Otsutsuki because of me, and she was a Senju and an Uchiha, and he's baffled. He's like amazing, and Naruto tells everything about his abilities, and Raven tells her abilities and tells about the special sword. And yeah, guys, and they sorry guys, they do the belt test, and of course now Naruto wins. Naruto and Raven destroy Kakashi because they have amazing teamwork and their boyfriend and girlfriend. So yeah, they destroy Kakashi, and the second the match starts, in the next second you see Kakashi's knocked down, and the belts in both of their hands, and so they both pass, and yeah, and Kakashi bought two belts this time, not one, like most of you guys will think. He bought two, and they got two belts. Both of them pass, and they do 1 month of D rank missions. And here's where I'm going to end this part, guys. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys watch till this part, please comment down below, and comment down below what shall I do, like any other new what if suggestions, which I'll do after I complete all these what ifs that I have now. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe and share this video. Thank you.